Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Umesh Kumar, PGT Bio from JNV, Samastipur, Bihar. And today we are going to discuss the NCERT Science for Class 10, Chapter 8, How do organisms reproduce? And in that, the subtopic, do organisms create or exact copies of themselves? तो कल हमने चर्चा की थी yesterday we have talked that why reproduction is essential. There is a very old song, एक पुराने गाने हैं कि 100 साल पहले मुझे तुमसे प्यार था, आज भी है और कल भी रहेगा। तो ये गाने तो बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं, लेकिन वाकई क्या है ये? दिस इज कंप्लीट फैलेसी, कंप्लीट फॉल्स। 100 साल पहले आदमी की जिंदगी 100 साल होती है, द लाइफ स्पैन दैट इज अराउंड 100 years, एंड द पर्सन्स हु वेयर ऑन दिस अर्थ द 100 years बैक, nowadays no one is alive, and the persons, the students, the population which is present at this time, after 100 years, after 150 years, nobody will be there, but the population will remain constant, rather population is increasing. So this is due to the continuity of race, and for that reproduction is needed, for that reproduction is essential. Again, any organism, any individual doesn't want to create a gap. That means any organism doesn't want that there will be no offspring. That means prior to their death, prior to the completion of their life, it is their biological responsibility to create the organism like their own. That is, reproduction is biological process by which an organism produces another organism, that is offspring, similar to itself, similar to itself. That means it is alike, but it is not identical, it is not exactly similar, it is not exactly similar. That means their genotype, their phenotype will vary, although it may be very small, a little change, but there will be. That means the parents who are producing the offspring will be similar to their parents, and the child, the offspring, suppose a person having 5 children, then all the 5 children are not exactly alike. There will be certain differences, although there will be similarity. After viewing, anybody can say that these are the siblings, but they are not exactly similar to one another, and behind it there is a reason, and that reason lies in the formation of blueprint. Blueprint के बनने में ये होती है, we all know that the cell comprises of nucleus, and inside nucleus there is genetic material in the form of chromatin network. When the cell is not dividing, it is in the form of chromatin network, chromatin thread. When it starts dividing, then what happens? It condenses and it leads to the formation of chromosome. So the term chromosome is applicable only for that period when cell is dividing. After completion of the cell division, if cell is not going to divide further, then what will happen? That chromosome will be relaxed. That means there will be lengthening of that DNA, opening of that DNA, and it will function. So during the cell division, while the cell will divide, if it is mitosis, equational division, for development, for growth, what will happen? From a single cell there will be production of 2 cells, and in case of human being we are having 46 chromosomes. Then after division of the cell, both the new cells will have 46 chromosomes. That means prior to dividing, there must be a phenomenon in which the amount of DNA doubles, and that is termed as DNA replication or DNA duplication. Here lies the beauty of variation. The changing creates during the replication of DNA, because the replication of DNA, both the strand of DNA that is acting as template, and on both the strand new strands are being formed. So while forming new strand, there is some error, and that error leads to creation of variation, and that error is termed as mutation. During gamete formation, during meiosis, what happens? During meiosis first, there is a process, and that is termed as crossing over. And during crossing over, the homologous pair of chromosomes, they are exchanging their part, and after exchanging, the set of genes changes, and that is termed as recombination. So the variation due to recombination and due to mutation. When there is cell division, that means first of all, there will be division of their nucleus, that is karyokinesis, and then there will be division of their cytoplasm, that is cytokinesis. And actually, what we see during cell division, that is the mitotic phase, that is the divisional phase. But for preparing the cell to divide, it takes much more time, and the majority of the time they are investing for the preparation of cell division. That means they are the preparatory phase. Suppose this is the cell cycle, the total time taken in division of a cell. So this is the mitotic phase. This is the phase where cell is going to divide. The cell divides. So this is the dividing phase, and it is being divided as per our convenience for study into prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and then cytokinesis. There will be division of cytoplasm, but prior to that, there will be preparation, G1 phase, that means gap 1 phase, and this gap 1 phase is meant for the requirement of the material. Here there will be synthesis of the material that is required, that is needed for the replication of DNA, for the duplication of DNA, because in S phase there will be DNA replication, there will be replication of DNA. So for replicating DNA, there will be need of certain enzymes. So that enzyme is to be prepared, and that is being prepared in G1 phase. Again, after replication of DNA, the cell will divide. That means from a single cell there will be two cells, and both the cells must have been functional, so that it is not only genetic material, it is not only DNA, rather all the cell organelles that must be present equally in both the cells, so that the cell will be functional. That means the remaining cell organelles, remaining materials which are required, that is to be prepared in G2 phase, gap 2 phase, and only then the cell starts dividing. So the time taken in preparation, they are termed as interphase. Previously it was being considered as resting phase, but it is very active phase, and it has been divided into 3, G1, S and G2 phase. Here majority of the time, that means G1, S and G2 phase, that is preparatory phase. Interphase is preparatory phase. Let us consider regarding S phase, synthesis of DNA replication. What happens during DNA replication? During DNA replication, all the process is very accurate, but due to certain reason, there must be some variation, there must be some mistake during, because in biochemical reaction, we cannot say that it will be always exactly similar. That means in biochemical reactions there may be some variations, and due to that reason, the DNA produced in S phase will be alike, but it will not be exactly similar to one another. That means the parental DNA, and now two DNA is there. So in formation of DNA, in synthesis of DNA, there is some mistake, and due to that, the part of DNA where there is mistake, there is error, that is the part of gene, and that gene is representing the trait, and that trait is being expressed in the form of synthesis of protein. The part of DNA, that is gene, and gene is responsible for synthesis of DNA. Suppose there is changing in the gene, that means the protein which is being synthesized will be altered, and if protein will be altered, our body is made up of protein. The protein acts in our body as a structural protein, contractile protein, defensive protein, that means immunoglobulins. For enzyme, protein are forming enzymes, protein are forming hormones. So if there will be changing in the gene, that means there will be alteration in the protein, and if there will be alteration in the protein, their morphology will be changed, their phenotype will be changed. That means it will create variation. So this is the one reason of variation, and another reason of variation is during the formation of gamete. During gamete formation, what happens in meiosis first? In their prophase first, there is a process in packaging. The prophase first has been categorized, has been divided into liptotin, zygotin, packaging, diplotin, and dikinesis. So during the packaging, there is a very important phenomena, and that is termed as crossing over of the homologous chromosome. And during crossing over, there is exchange of chromosomal part. And due to exchange in their chromosomal part, it leads to recombination, and recombination is the raw material for variation. And variation is needed, variation is required, as this variation accumulates gradually. After several generations, after thousands of years, that will lead to creation of new species. That means variation is the raw material for speciation. During cell division, there will be replication of DNA, and it happens in S subphase of the interphase. During interphase, it happens in S phase. So each time in DNA copying, some variations occur, some changing occurs, and DNA copy that is formed, they are similar but may not be identical. That means slight differences may be there. Suppose the difference is drastic. There is complete different formation of DNA, that is complete different from that of the original one. Then what will happen? That will be not supported by the cell organelles. That means there will be no collaboration between the DNA and the cell organelles. That means it will be difficult for the cell to survive. The cell will die. If there is drastic change in DNA, the cell will not survive. If the variation, if the changing in the DNA is slight, very few changes are there in new DNA, then what will happen? Either the characteristics that will be appear, that may be favorable for the organism. That means the mutation caused due to DNA replication, that may be positive, or the changes occurred that may lead to negative. That means the character which appear, that will not be beneficial for the individual. The character, the changed character, they may be positive. That means they will be helpful for the organism. And this variation, when the condition is normal, when there is everything okay, then it doesn't matter that whether the variation is positive or negative, but during unfavorable condition, it is being decided that what sort of mutation, what sort of changing is beneficial, and there will be during the time of emergency, during natural calamity. Suppose for an individual, for an organism, there is a habitat. In the habitat, there is a particular place where one organism resides, and due to global warming, due to flood, due to volcanic eruption, due to human activity, there may be drastic change in their habitat. So during drastic change, what will happen? Most of the organisms will die. They can't cope up with the change circumstances, the change situations. But the organism who is having inbuilt quality, who is having variation, and which is suitable for that change condition, it will be beneficial for them, and only those organisms will survive which will be fittest for that circumstances. And during Charles Darwin, it is survival of the fittest. So the cells are similar but slightly different from each other. During DNA replication, variation in DNA, due to variation in DNA, variation in gene, due to variation in gene, differences in their protein, and due to differences in their protein, differences in their trait, differences in their character. So it creates variation, and variation is needed, variation is required. The another one is crossing over. During formation of gamete, there is crossing over. So let us summarize crossing over. This is the diagram of the chromosome during meiosis first. What happens? During meiosis first, the homologous pair of chromosome. Homologous pair means during the formation of gamete, the 23 comes from father side and 23 coming from mother side. So all the 23 making their pair, that means 1 to 23 from father side and 1 to 23 from mother side. So the first chromosome from father and first chromosome from mother, they are termed as homologous pair of chromosome. So these homologous pair of chromosome, they remain together right from fertilization, when there is formation of zygote, and during formation of gamete, that means the zygote developed into young one, individual embryonic development is there, and when this young one becomes adult, becomes mature, then what will happen? Again in their body there will be formation of gamete. In case of male there will be spermatogenesis, in case of female there will be oogenesis. So during spermatogenesis, during oogenesis, what will happen? During meiosis, that means in sex cell, during formation of gamete, what will happen? The homologous pair of chromosome, they will come together in meiosis first, in prophase first, they will come together. So imagine one from father and another from mother. So each chromosome having two arms, and they are termed as chromatids. In one chromosome there are two chromatids. Here chromatid number 1 and 2, that is the part of a single chromosome, and chromatid number 3 and 4, that is the part of another chromosome. So chromosome having two chromatids, and both the chromatids of a single chromosome, they are termed as sister chromatids. Here chromatids 1 and 2, they are sister chromatids. Likewise chromatids 3 and 4, they are sister chromatids. Whereas the chromatids 2 and 3, they are non-sister chromatids because they are the part of another chromosomes. 2, this is the part of this one, and 3 part of this one. So they are non-sister chromatids. Likewise chromatid 1 and 4, they are non-sister chromatids. What happens during their close contact? Because they are remaining along with each other for longer period of time. Imagine कीजिए कि आप लोग यहाँ क्लास 6 में आते हैं और क्लास 6 से क्लास 12 तक एक साथ रहते हैं, एफिनिटी हो जाती है, पीयर ग्रुप बन जाता है, और जब आप अलग होंगे, एक दूसरे से अलग होंगे, जब फेयरवेल होगी, जब गुड बाय करेंगे तो क्या करेंगे? यू विल एक्सचेंज सम ऑफ द गिफ्ट, डायरी गिफ्ट करेंगे, पेन गिफ्ट करेंगे, ठीक है, रुमाल गिफ्ट करेंगे, बट they are remaining for longer period of time along with each other. So while separating, because they are going to separate out of 46 during formation of gamete, there will be 23 and 23. The chromosomes are going to be separated from 23 pairs. Now it will be 23 only. That means the homologous pairs of chromosomes, they are going to be separated. So prior to separation, they come close to each other, and the non-sister chromatid which are very close to each other, that means 2 and 3, there is overlap, there is crossing over, and when they separate in next phase, then what happens? The part, this one is the part of second chromosome, that is chromatid 3, and this one is chromatid 2. Now while separating, there will be exchange, that means this part from third will be added to second chromatid, and likewise here the second part, the chromatid second part is going to unite with the third one. So this will be the result. And now what will happen? The genes which were there on this, that was the part of this one, now it become the part of that one. That means there is exchange of chromosomal part, and that leads to creation of recombination. There is new combination of genes, and they are termed as recombinant, and this recombination leads to variation. This recombination, so while there will be formation of gamete, there will be crossing over, and this crossing over is not fixed that it will happen only at this part. It may happen at several times. It is uncertain that how crossing over will take place and at what places there will be crossing over. So if the chromosome is larger, then there is chances that there may be crossing over at more places. If the length of chromosome is shorter, there will be few crossing over, but it is must. That means crossing over is must. That means formation of gamete, there will be change in their genetic setup, there will be recombination, and this recombination is the root cause of variation, and therefore the persons having 4 or 5 children, they are not exactly alike to their parents, and the offspring among themselves, they are also not alike. So this is all about the variation. That means they are not exact copies. Do organisms create exact copies of themselves? So the answer will be no. There are certainly some of the variations, some of the differences in between the parents and offspring, and in between or among the offsprings. So this is all about the subtopic 8.1. In our next lecture, we will discuss the benefit of variation. What are the benefits? If variation is there, then why it is essential? So thank you one and all. आप सभी को धन्यवाद, और उम्मीद करते हैं you will visit, you will see, you will study from our lessons, and you will like, you will subscribe, and you will comment on our classes, so that I may refine, I may excel my classes for giving you people most of the benefits by visualizing our video, you must ensure that you have learned something. So thank you one and all.